Asia is really the engine growth of the world, and we see that the growth we see in China and in other places is staggering, and we just had our trade with China significantly below 100 billion, now it's over 100 billion. So definitely Asia is a priority. We feel that Asian economies really figured out how to cooperate well with Russia, how to cooperate among themselves. We also see that more and more trade is happening in national currencies, and for example the fund we signed with Mongolia will be in our national currencies. So definitely very bullish on the trade with Asia and investments with Asia.
And that's a very interesting point that you've raised, because I also know that you've set up a payment mechanism with India, which is largely to make payments for defense deals in the rupee-ruble exchange. Is that the trend? Because even when I look at the forex reserves in Russia, the yuan exposure has gone up, dollar exposure has come down. Do you think that this is essentially, in a way, evading the hegemony of the dollar globally and the dominance of dollar as a reserve currency?
Well, we feel the dollar will of course remain a very strong global currency, but it is true that transactions in dollar are declining. So by 5% SWIFT transaction in dollar declined over the last couple of years. We also see people buying less of US debt, foreigners, so it's mostly domestic purchases of US debt. So I think US has to think about what policy effects its decisions has on people's willingness to work with dollar, but dollar of course will remain a big part of the global currency world.
Okay, let's talk about Prime Minister Modi being the chief guest at the 5th EEF, and in a few hours from now we will have President Putin as well as Prime Minister Modi engage in that big bilateral. You'll be part of that meeting as well. Why India and why now? Because India has been a compelling growth story under Prime Minister Modi for the last 5 years.
Well, India has always been a very traditional partner of Russia. We are very excited about partnership with India, and we are going to sign an important deal for us to have more Russian companies invest in India, and Indian companies are investing quite a bit in Russia. But we feel that under Prime Minister Modi, the growth is accelerating, and there are more opportunities to work together in technology and in infrastructure and other areas. So again, I think today's meeting is very important because great relationship between the leaders need to translate into great deals.
But the interesting angle is that so far we've heard more about Russia, China, Russia, China, Russia, China in the headlines, whereas India has been a stronger ally of Russia for many decades, since India's independence, in fact.
So I think, this forum will highlight the India cooperation, and again, we are very excited with Tata Power and a couple of other companies will be working with us in Russia. So again, I believe we can do much more on India cooperation, and we'll do this. But also Japan is very important. We have great technology investments with Japan that we'll be announcing here today and tomorrow. So again, Russia is very open to work with Asian top economies.
My final question is, do you think that the Russia-India partnership, that bilateral is undervalued, that the partnership is underutilized?
I think we can definitely do much more, and it's a matter of Russian and Indian companies working much more together, and I think particularly in technology and infrastructure area, the time is now.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.